All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome yourselves back. I hope you guys are doing all right. It's me, Addy, again. I hope you guys are grabbing that energy. I hope you guys are grabbing that water. I hope you guys are grabbing that grass or touching that grass, stepping outside, enjoying some sun, and taking care of yourselves, and just unconditionally, eternally loving yourselves, man. So, the last video I made was a really good video. It felt good to make that video, is what I'm trying to say. And I realized why, right? I think I started kind of trying to put to words why I really enjoyed making that video. And while it is true that I enjoyed it because it allowed me to get stuff on my mind out there, and that always feels good. It's always good to talk about what's going on internally. It's always good to communicate about what's going on internally, right? And I hope you guys know that. As much as I enjoyed making that video for that reason, I realize now that the main thing, and maybe I touched on this, I don't remember, but the main thing is that it allows me to get across thoughts that you guys are probably going to be able to relate to, right? It allows me to talk to you guys about my experiences and for you to take away the stuff that was good about my experiences and maybe feel good yourselves, hopefully, or maybe take away the bad things from my experiences and realize that you're not alone in those things. I think I mentioned this stuff in my last video, but I'm mentioning it again, right? I enjoyed making that video for these reasons. And so I'm here with another video kind of like that, and this one's going to be about fear, man. Fear and love, right? Fear and love. The other day I was going for a walk, right? So for those of you who don't know, right, for about a month and a half, I took a break from streaming. I wasn't here on Twitch because I realized that I had been doing all of these things being at the expense of my well-being. All these things were coming at the expense of my physical well-being, my mental well-being. I felt like I was dying, right? You feel like death at a point when you don't take care of yourself. And so that's when you know you got to take a step back and take care of yourself, right? So I started drinking water, a lot more water. I cut out all that crap, all that toxic, poisonous shit, all those Canadian Tim Hortons ice caps, some big caps, baby caps, Dr. Peppers, Coca Crappas, whatever the hell. I fucking completely shut all of that shit out from my system, and I'm water only now. And that alone makes a monumental difference, man. Water is a blessing, right? It's a blessing from Mother Nature. It's a blessing from Mother Earth. It is there to heal you. It is there to get rid of the crap inside of you, right? So I started drinking water. I started getting out more, right? Being one with nature, right? Being one with something outside of these walls, right? These walls, what we call our homes, aren't our homes, man. Like where we come from is nature, right? Nature is our real home. Outside is our real home. I started going for walks. I started literally touching grass, right? I know that phrase is a meme to death, but I started touching grass. You know, I started just enjoying the sun, right? And even if there's no sun, I mean, today there's just a bunch of clouds. It's been raining a little bit. And still go outside. You enjoy the sound of the birds, the sound of the wind, the trees rustling. Just be out there, right? It doesn't even have to be for long. It's just stand on your driveway if you want, right? Just detach for a second, step back, go outside, focus on your breathing, right? You don't have to meditate if you're not comfortable with it. I know that a lot of people, meditation and all that kind of stuff doesn't come easy to them. It doesn't come easy to me either, right? All those thoughts keep coming. But just even if you just focus on your breathing, right? That is the main step, the most common step across all different types of meditations, whatever you want to call them, just focusing on your breathing. They tell you to do this because you've got to center yourself. Your mind is always in your predictable future, in your what you think is your predictable future and your foreseeable future, and in your familiar past. It's always stuck between those two places. It is never in the present. And the more you think of it, the more you start to realize that everything you're going through right now that you don't want to go through is because you're not in the present, right? So the moment you start focusing on your breathing, the moment you start thinking about the fact that you are here now and that what you think now is going to determine everything, it calms you down immediately, right? Just like that, right? It fills you, it starts filling you up with the positives, the positive energy. It starts cultivating all this positive energy within you, bringing in all this positive energy. And from there, you can do anything, man, to live your happiest life, because that is everyone. I believe everyone has the same purpose in this world, where we come into this world with the same purpose, and that's to spread happiness, spread love, right? Be happy, do what we love, right? Even though we may not know what that is, I believe we all know how to do something related to that, which is to love, right? To be happy. It comes from within. And you are more than capable. You can do it, I promise you. You are more than capable of being healthy, taking care of yourself, and getting that happiness. So that's what I've been working towards doing. And like I said on my last video that I made here, I can't pretend that I've achieved that fully, right? But I'm working towards achieving it, right? And the purpose of these videos going forward is to share my experiences with working towards that for myself. So maybe I can help some of you guys out, because here's what I realized, right, for the past month and a half of doing this kind of stuff is I realized exactly what I just said, that what I'm here to do is to love everybody. And I've always tried to do that anyway, but now I realize that's what I'm actually here for. I was born for this. You guys were born for this, right? And so I'm going to do my best to share with you guys things that have worked for me, even if they don't work for you. It makes me happy that I'm putting positive energy out there. Just keep grabbing that energy, as I always say, man. Grab that good energy, grab that positive energy, and share it with people. Love people, help people, right? And good things will come to you. I firmly believe in good things coming to you. I firmly believe that if you don't do things like that, if you choose to hurt, if you choose to harm, then bad things will come to you. What goes around comes around, karma, whatever you want to call it. I believe in it. I really do. So the purpose of this video, right, is to talk about how you can get rid of being scared of other people, right? Or how to work towards being scared, or how to stop being scared of other people, and how to work towards stop being scared of other people, how to stop fearing them, how to stop fearing being judged by them, right? Because what I realized about myself, man, is my entire life, and now I've just started working towards this. My entire life, I've been dreadfully scared of other people. I have been terrified of other people. Even if you're the most amazing, incredible, wonderful, wholesome, kind, gentle human being on the planet, I'm going to be fucking scared of you, man. I'm going to be terrified of you. I'm not going to show it, but internally I'm going to go, oh my, what do I do with my fingers right now? I'm standing weird. My shoes probably look weird. My hair probably looks weird. What's going on? Right? Maybe I'm going to look at my phone. My body doesn't know what to do. It starts being anxious. It's full of anxiety, right? It's just freaking out. And it shouldn't, right? Why am I scared of other people? So here's the deal, right? The other day I was out for a walk, because that's what I've been starting to do every single day. Even if it's rainy, shitty clouds out there, no sun, you can't get your energy, right? Go out there, right? So I was going for a long walk. It felt good. I enjoyed the breeze. And out of nowhere, man, I didn't even realize this happening, right? I actually waved to someone. And you guys are probably going to go, what the fuck? Like, I'm not waving at anyone when I'm going out there. I'm looking down on my shoes constantly. I'm not even making eye contact with people. What kind of person am I? What kind of fucking weirdo am I who doesn't even say hello to people like that? Just one of the most simple things to do, probably. And maybe some of you guys out there can relate too. Sometimes it's just hard making eye contact with people, right? It's hard to just look them in the eye, say hello, how are you, and just move on, or just hello is all. It's really hard for some of us, right? But why is that? And if you'd had asked me like 2-3 months ago to go outside and look someone in the eye on the sidewalk and say hello, I would have locked myself in my room. Even if you dragged me outside, my eyes would be glued to my shoes. But why is that, right? Why is it that now, the other day when I went for a walk, I was able to do that easily, but back then I couldn't? And I realized something. I've been doing a little bit of thinking. I went outside today as well. I said hello to 2 more people. And that shit feels good because when you do it, you realize something about those other people. You realize something about yourself. First of all, you realize you put happiness out there. You've maybe made someone's day, right? It feels good. It feels good to be spreading positivity. That's how we know we're here for the purpose of spreading positivity, right? So how did I come to figure out how to do that without even thinking about it, without even consciously thinking about it? And I think it's because when I started to take care of myself and started to do good things for myself, right? That's when I realized, without even realizing it, that I changed my perspective towards the entire world. And my perspective, now that I think about it, my entire life being scared of people, looking them in the eye, just even asking how they're doing, even if they're incredible, wonderful, amazing people, and I know there's so many of them out there, my whole perspective towards nature and everyone in it and the world was that everyone is out to judge me. Everyone is out to hurt me. Everyone is out to fuck me up, even though that's not true. And unconsciously, without even realizing it, just by doing good things for myself and clearing out all this garbage in my body and trying to meditate and having positive thoughts and trying to do good in the world, I started to realize that without even knowing it, I changed my perspective. I changed it from everyone is out to hurt me to everyone is out to love me. Nature is full of love. You just have to see it that way. And once you see it that way, you're going to stop being scared of people. You're going to stop being afraid of what that next person around the corner is going to say to you, what that person coming down the sidewalk is going to say to you, what someone's probably going to have to say about you that you've conjured up in your mind. You're no longer going to be scared of it. And you're not going to tense up and look at your fingers and look at your shoes and, pretend you're looking at your phone to avoid eye contact with them. You're going to look them in the eye and you're going to say hello. And you're going to spread some positivity. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be anything. It just has to be super small. It can be even microscopic amounts of positivity, right? You're going to do that and it's going to feel good. And it's going to be because you now realize that people are out to love you. You've fundamentally changed your perspective of the whole world. Now, I know what you're going to say, right? Because I thought about this too, and I still get, and I don't want you to get the impression that I still don't get anxiety around people or that I'm not scared of people, because I still absolutely am, right? But I'm making progress. I went outside the other day to a scary looking dude. I won't lie, he was pretty fucking terrifying. Like, he was a big guy. I'm a scrawny little lanky dude. He was a big guy. He had a glum expression on his face. I fucking looked him in the eye and went, "Hey, how are you?" And then I saw the biggest smile, the biggest grin on his face, and he goes, "Hello," in the kindest way possible. And that flipped a switch in my mind, man. It just completely gave me an epiphany and changed my perspective towards things, right? And now I know that everyone is out to love me. But again, here's the thing. You might ask, and I ask myself this too, that's not true. We can't live in this delusion. There has to be a balance, right? There has to be a line, and we can't cross the line into being delusional and thinking that there isn't any evil in our world, there isn't any darkness in our world, there isn't any bad energy in our world, because there are people out here doing bad things, right? There are people out here shooting other people, there are people out here hurting other people, there are people out here doing bad things to other people, right? There is bad stuff happening in the world. But here's how I see it, right? I see the world first and foremost, nature first and foremost, after doing a bit of thinking, as fundamentally first and foremost being full of love, right? It's not full of these, it is not defined by these people. So when you step out of the house next, I want you to think that the next person you're going to see, they are going to love you, right? They are going to be nice to you. They are going to be friendly. And if they're not, you're not going to be surprised, because what you're going to realize, and this is what I'm going to say now, is that if you view the world as being full of love, but you realize it can't be because there's all these bad things happening too, then all the bad things are just wild cards. That's all there are. You have this deck of cards full of positivity, and you're going to pull every card and they're full of positivity. There might be one card in there that's negativity, but you're going to be prepared for it because you expect love, right? But you realize that in nature, in the world, there can't always be love, and there is some dark, bad energy there. There are bad people there, but you're prepared for it because you realize that they're wild cards. But you don't go out there expecting those wild cards. You go out there expecting love and good people, right? You go out there expecting people to be good, people to be kind, people to be spreading positivity. Just like you. And I hope you guys view life as that too. I hope you guys go around doing that too, right? I'm going to ask you this. Is it better, and I ask myself this too, is it better to go outside viewing the world as bad, viewing nature as bad, and only having good wild cards, so everywhere you go, you prepare for the worst and expect maybe a couple snippets of happiness or cards of happiness? Or is it better that you step out of the house thinking that the whole world is there to love you? Nature is full of love. Nature is full of good energy. And maybe here and there you'll expect or run into a few bad apples. I'm going to hope you chose the second option, right? But without you even realizing it, for those of you all out there like me who've been afraid of people your entire lives, for those of you all out there, right? You, without even realizing it, have gone through your entire life thinking that people are out to hurt you. Your perspective has been that nature is full of pain, right? Nature is not full of pain. Nature was created. Nature was born to blossom. It was born to be beautiful. It was born to nurture. It was born to care. It was born to not be full of pain and hurt, right? But there cannot be, darkness cannot exist without light, right? Bad energy cannot exist without good energy. It exists only when there can never be one or the other at a single time. There has to be both at the same time. There has to be light and dark. But it's up to you whether you choose to view a vast majority of everything around you as being full of light or full of darkness, right? It's a perspective thing. And the moment you choose to view everything as being full of light, because nature was designed, it was created, it was born, the world was born to love, right? Mother Earth was born to love. You were born into this world because of its love, and you were designed to love. Your purpose is to love. Then that will change everything for you, man. It's already started to change a little bit, a lot of things for me. I'm no longer, dude, ask anyone I know, right? Ask anyone, if you know me, right? Ask any of my friends if I ever reach out to them first to hang out or talk to them or ask how they're doing. I don't. And it's not because, and I'm guilty of this, it's not because I don't care how they're doing or I don't care about what's going on with them. It's because no matter how well I know them, I'm just scared naturally of other people, right? But I'm going to tell you this right now, and I was thinking about this earlier today in the shower, right? After this video, I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to message people I know and ask how they're doing and ask if they're doing all right. Because I'm not, and I don't know why I couldn't do that earlier. Maybe I was afraid of being judged by them, right? But now I'm not afraid of that anymore. I'm going to message them. I'm going to find out how they're doing. I'm going to spread love because I know they're full of love too. Right? And if anyone I go out and talk to is not full of love, that's going to be okay. That's not going to hurt me, right? That's not going to get through to me. I'm not going to be worried about that because I know that there are wild cards. There can never, ever not be wild cards. You can never have a deck of cards without a wild card or a surprise, right? You could live the happiest fucking life that you're living. You could be the happiest person on the planet. You could be doing all these good things for you, but then you run into something that's full of bad energy and just pushes you to rock bottom. That's not your fault. That's just because there has to be a bit of darkness when everything is full of light. There is always going to be bad energy when there's good energy, but you've only got to focus on the good energy and doing everything you can to cultivate that good energy, to cultivate that positivity, the good vibes, whatever you want to call it, man. Energy is real, right? It cannot be created nor destroyed. Everything is flowing everywhere. There's good and bad, and you got to hold on to the good and you got to keep the good, right? But understand and acknowledge that there is bad, but you're not going to see the bad in everything. You're going to see the good in everything. And once you do that, once you see the world that everyone is out to love you and that they're not out to hurt you or judge you, then within 2 seconds of just thinking that, acknowledging that, right? Maybe a little longer, whatever, but very quickly, you are going to stop fearing other people. You won't immediately stop fearing other people, but it's a big first step. And I wish I'd realized it sooner without unconsciously realizing it after all this time. But anyway, I really hope that you guys took something away from this. I hope I was able to help anyone out there a little bit, because I believe now firmly that my purpose, my mission, is to spread positivity and happiness and energy. I've always known that. I've always tried to be a good person, right? But I guess the theme of this video is that I've been scared of being a good person. And why? I don't know. It just, even through just being scared of good deeds, that doesn't make any sense. That's stupid, right? Like, I'm scared of being a good person because I'm afraid of other people judging me for being a good person. Like, what the fuck kind of sense does that make, right? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what is that, dude? Oh my God. And once you think about it, like just right now, like I laugh at it, right? It's funny to me now. It's fucking funny to me, right? It's beautiful what changing your perspective towards things can do. And I know a lot of you out there, I don't want this video to make you guys think that I don't think there are a lot of people out there like me and that I'm alone in this and that there's no one out there afraid of being judged by people. I know there are people out there where you're never alone, right? First and foremost, remember this: you are never alone in what you're going through. You are never alone with the problems you are facing, right? And we can always talk to each other. Right now, we're talking to each other, right? And by talking to each other, we unravel things, we realize things. Through just even sitting, breathing, right? You unravel things. You learn things that were always there because we're born perfect. We're perfect, right? We know things that we don't yet know, right? If that makes sense. And once we tap into those things, we feel happy. And we can only tap into those things when we think, when we understand each other, we're compassionate, we talk to each other, and then beautiful things happen. So anyways, this was how to work towards, right? How to work towards being confident, being happy around other people and not fearing other people all the time, 24/7, every day of the week. And I hope that there's something here for you guys. I love you guys. You've got this. You can do this. Much love, right? We're all here to love each other. I've always tried to be a good person and love unconditionally before, but now I know how to do it actively, or at the very least, I know how to work towards doing it actively without the fear of being judged. And anywho, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, drink lots and lots of water, right? Next time you step out of the house, if you're someone who's afraid of being judged by other people, afraid of other people, start to think that the next person you're going to meet is going to love you. They're full of love. Everyone's full of love. Nature was created, it was born full of love, it was born to blossom with love, right? Not pain and suffering. Okay? Remember that. And much love, man. Keep grabbing that energy and keep on keeping on. I can't wait to make more videos like this. This feels good, man. This feels really good. But anywho, keep on keeping on. Love you guys.